Hi, it's Heather with Cafe Small, and welcome to day 9 of Life in the Stepmom Trenches. I can't believe how fast it's going. And today it's chilly outside, but it's nice and warm in my favorite green sweatshirt. And I just wanted, I don't know, I just felt prompted today to share with you one of my favorite words when it comes to talking about step families. And this is like, words like love and compassion aside. One of my favorite words is complicated. I think complicated really helps define the relationships and the dynamics of stepfamily life. I think for me personally, when I was a married mom, I really never second guessed my decisions, just made decisions, planning schedules, things like that. I would talk to my husband at the time, and that would be the way things would go. And now, it just seems like you have to second guess or think about a lot of things when you make decisions. Like, if I do this, how is this going to affect this, and this person? If I say this, is this going to hurt someone's feelings? If I decide to do this, what's going to happen? And it's complicated. And something that came up recently that I think illustrates it is my daughter runs cross country, and so she was getting a sweatshirt, and she had her name put on the back of it, and she wanted me to get a sweatshirt, and she wanted me to have her last name on the back of it. Well, that's what parents do. They have their kids, they have their last name on the back of their sweatshirts. They show support. Well, that's not my last name anymore. That's my ex-husband's last name. And I've always been about, the name that defines me is Heather. I had my dad's last name, then I had my ex-husband's last name, now I have my husband's last name. My last name doesn't dictate who I am. Heather dictates who I am. But nonetheless, as a respectful wife, I didn't feel like I could put my ex-husband's last name on my back and walk around at the meets. Now, that's a personal choice. I'm not saying that's a wrong decision if anyone else makes that one, but for me, I couldn't do that. And, she was upset, but I chose then not to have my last name put on it. So most of the parents that wear team gear have their last name on the back. And I don't think anybody thinks anything of it that I don't. And I'm not here to fit in with the crowd. But I just chose to not. I toyed with the idea of having my daughter's name, Mom. But I thought, I don't think she's going to like that. But it's just one of the many decisions, many decisions that step-parents face every day. Just decisions that they can't just kind of go with their gut sometimes because they do have to take into consideration, their stepchildren's mother or, their husband or their ex-spouse. You have to take in, you do, out of respect and out of courtesy and out of teaching your kids, too, to think about other people. You have to consider other things, and it can get a little crazy, and it can not be a lot of fun. So I guess I'd like you, as your takeaway today, to just think about what the word complicated means in your family. And, the next time that you're faced with a decision, which will probably be today, and you're kind of doing that cycle in your head, like what if, just know you're not alone. Just know that it's part of the nature of being a step parent. And, some days you're going to just race with what you want to do, and some days it's going to be okay, and some days you might have a negative consequence or two, and that's okay. We all do that. And other days you're going to probably labor long and hard, like what if, because you probably have some history with whether decisions were made a certain way or not. But just know this is just part of being a stepmom, and it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's just complicated. And when I have those decisions sometimes, I like to play that Avril Lavigne song in my head, that complicated song. So you might want to pull up that song right now and kind of listen to that, and maybe you want that to play in your head or you don't when you have a decision to make. But just want to share that story with you and share what the word complicated means to me and my step family. Until tomorrow, stay strong and press on. Thanks.